Because here's the thing that's also a huge irony to me is that all these Republicans and all of these folks who were anti-shutdown are the same people who weren't wearing masks who forced us to shut down in the first place.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about AOC, or Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, if you didn't know, being a big-time hypocrite with pictures to prove it. Now, before we get into the pictures, let's back up a little bit here. Now, we all know how the Democrats operate, okay? And if you don't know, if you're kind of new here, well, I'll tell you what's going on. Without double standards, they will have no standards, all right? They will tell you one thing and do something else. They'll tell you that the mask is paramount. You got to wear not one, not two, not three, but an infinite number of masks, like infinite genders. You got to wear all the masks, get all the shots, get all the boosters, get the pill, do all that stuff to prevent from catching and spreading the bug. They'll tell you that, but then they do different things. You saw Maxine Waters on the airplane with no mask on recently. Earlier this year, you saw Nancy Pelosi getting her hair blown out in a hair salon in San Francisco while she was supporting the closing of all businesses in San Fran that were quote unquote non-essential. So it's like, what's going on? There's one set of rules for us and a different set for them. That's how they operate. And remember, a lot of these people, they attack places like Florida and other spots for not doing enough to slow the spread and flatten the curve, not shutting their states down, not having mask mandates, not having vax mandates. But they sure like going to visit. They have a great old time in Florida, in Georgia, Tennessee, etc. Have a great old time. Okay, they told leave the mask behind, leave all that behind, and enjoy themselves, right? And you see the picture on the screen right here. You see the headline. This is on New York Post. I'll link to this article in the description box below. But you see the headline, AOC picture dining maskless in Miami Beach as the Omarion cases soar. I know I said that improperly, but we're on YouTube. I don't want to get flagged, so I want to say the appropriate thing. But check it out. I mean, that's her and the boyfriend, husband, same thing, I suppose. But he got the ginger hair out, legs, the feet, the toes out. She's having a good old time with her, business casual type get up going on. Drinking, big, right tattoo, smile. It's all good. Having a great old time out there in Miami Beach. But I thought Ron DeSantis was the worst thing in the world. He's the equivalent to the Antichrist or the Satan. But here you are right here having a good old time. How does that work, really? It's interesting to me, but you see it all the time. This is pretty much what they do. It's par for the course, right? You're on your phone doing things. Probably you're on Twitter. You're probably on Twitter right now, issuing a scathing response to a guy like Ted Cruz. Oh, I ain't forget about that, AOC. I ain't forget about how you said Ted Cruz abandoned his people in Texas after the ice storm that left a lot of people powerless with crazy electric bills, like $12,000 for electricity at that particular time. I ain't forget about that. And you guys went out there to Texas to do some kind of food drive or something, and it was a big show of force politically. I remember that very well. Now, if you guys don't know, the Omarion is raging right now in New York City. It's raging right now, probably more than Florida, which kind of goes to the point about these mandates. Do they really work? If there's no mandates in Florida as a state, there may be some individual business level stuff like wear a mask, maybe. But there's no mandates as far as the vax or the mask in Florida. But there is in New York, especially in New York City. Very strict mandates in New York City. Yet the Omarion is going through the roof in New York. You want to escape that for a while, leave your quote unquote constituents in New York City, leave them there, come down to Miami having a good old time in South Beach, right? I would think that if you hate DeSantis so much or dislike him or dislike his policies, then you wouldn't be going to Florida. Personally, I have no reason to be going to California. Nothing against you guys in California, but the state has really bad leadership. If I was a politician and I got on TV talking about how bad California is, maybe I wouldn't be going there having the big cheese eating grin, surfing on the beach, posing with the models. Maybe I wouldn't be doing that if I get on TV and talk about how bad California is, how the crackheads are like superhuman strength, and maybe I wouldn't be out there having the time of my life. Just maybe. And just maybe if you talk about how people don't want lockdowns, they don't want mandates in Florida, maybe you wouldn't go out there with no mask on yourself. That's how I see it. But this is what they do on the left. This is why I try to tell people to not listen to anything they say, because it's one thing. You could say whatever you want. I could tell you right now that I'm the Queen of England. Now, if I try to go to the palace and be like, yo, let me in, I'm the Queen of England, it's not going to happen. Okay. Judge by action, not necessarily just what someone says. All right. My action would be trying to go into the palace and I'm getting denied entry. But if it was the actual queen, she would not be denied entry. You see what I'm saying? Judge by action, not by your words, not by your verbiage. Same thing going on here. They don't really believe what they say, not fully. A lot of what they say, like what I played from the very beginning, that's just them kind of playing to the audience, playing to the crowd. It's not serious. It's not legitimate at all. And I think anyone can see it. If your eyes open a little bit, if you're not really stuck in your Matrix pod, all you got to do is just open your eyes, observe what's happening, and make a decision that way, right? You saw it with Maxine Waters. You saw it with Nancy Pelosi. You seeing it with AOC. Would it be hilarious is if some of these people retire, because a lot of Democrats are retiring in 2022 or they're not running again for election. It'd be funny if they retired from, let's say, in Illinois or a California or New York, and then they went to Florida for their retirement. That'd be hilarious because that's common. A lot of these snowbirds come down to Florida, or they just stay down there permanently from New York, Illinois, etc. Okay, same thing with California. They're coming to Tennessee, they're coming to Georgia because they want to escape. As a matter of fact, I saw a graphic that said every region, Midwest, West Coast, or just the western part of the United States, the Northeast, they're all losing population to the South. They're all losing, the South is gaining. Okay, because everybody knows this is where it's at. It's free down here. It's good weather. It's not going to be crazy to live. It's more conservative. People are rejecting the liberal ideology in favor of more conservative ideology. I want to know how many of AOC's constituents left for greener pastures, literally. Like, how many of them left and just say, you know what, I'm done with this Bronx, Brooklyn, wherever she's at. I'm done with this. I'm going straight to Florida. I imagine quite a few, because I know people in Florida and they're saying, hey, man, the New Yorkers, they're coming down here fast and furious. That's always been the trend. People from New York going to Florida and bringing their bed bugs with them, but that's a different story. And I digress. I ain't trying to attack y'all, but I'm just saying it happens sometimes. But anyway, that's been a trend for a very long time, for many years. But now it's going to accelerate heavily because New York is just making it untenable to live. And AOC is part of that. All right. The cost of living is ridiculous. And AOC ran a bunch of jobs away. So it's like, what are you really doing here? What are you trying to accomplish? Are you trying just to get money from your merchandise sales? Are you trying to be the next social activist that goes on television, makes a big name for herself that way? I mean, what are you trying to do? Whatever you're trying to do, it's not working out too well because your state, especially New York City, is not necessarily in the best shape. You're losing people. There's lack of confidence. It's getting dangerous. You're getting back to the crack war era, number of homicides and violent crimes against people. Doesn't look too good. Maybe you shouldn't abandon ship like you said Ted Cruz did and go back to New York and fix your problems. Because being out here in Miami, one more time, being out here in Miami, chilling with the redhead, with your Instagram boyfriend, that does not look good at all. Going by your standards. But again, I'm sorry. I'm totally sorry here. The left have no standards. If they do have standards, they're double standards. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about AOC taking the vacation? A little quick trip to South Beach, Miami, Florida. Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. How do you feel about all these leftists, all these Democrats telling you one thing and then doing an entirely different thing? See, my point is this, as I close, If I don't agree with you or agree with you, it doesn't even matter. My point I'll make here is the same. It doesn't make a difference what you believe in, but just be consistent. I can agree or disagree, but what I don't respect, what I cannot tolerate is somebody that is a liar or a flip-flopper, or to say certain things to get attention, to get notoriety from a particular place, a particular person or something. I hate that. Just be real. If you are a stone cold stomp down communist and you probably want to go to the penitentiary later in life, just say that. Just say, you know what? My name is Charles Manson and I'm trying to go to the joint. I'm trying to make big rocks into little rocks. Just say that, and then I can work with that. I don't respect it. Well, I don't like it, but I gotta respect your honesty at least. All right. It's like if you go to the police station and say, you know what, I didn't kill 85 people. All right, thank you for being honest, but you're going to the penitentiary now. You might get the chair. It is what it is. Whatever you are into, whatever your lane is, just stay right there and have that be that. Be honest. Stop being a liar and making up narratives for us to believe in. Because I think at this point, nobody's believing what's going on right here with AOC or anyone else on the left. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.